Hey, it's Lizette from Crochet Designs, and this video is to help you get through rounds 10 and 11 for the dirt in the carrots pattern. So at this point in the pattern, you should have 3 of these little, what I call dirt bowls. And on the first 2, you should have fastened off like that. And on the third one, you should have left your yarn connected and not cut the yarn. So the first thing you're going to do is chain 1, and then you're going to join this one with any of the other 2. And the way you do that is you take your hook and just insert it into any stitch on the one you're going to be joining with. Okay, so you did your chain 1, and now we have the 2 to connect. You're then going to make a single crochet, so nothing different there. You pull up your loop and complete a single crochet. So we're going to make sure we put a stitch marker into the chain 1. Okay, so we just did the single crochet, so it's the stitch before that. And this is how you should be looking at it. So you're facing the inside of the bowls, and we're going to continue this way. Next, you're going to do a pattern of 5 single crochets and 1 increase, and you're going to do that 3 times into the second bowl. So you're going to continue right into the next stitch. Okay, we already used that one, so we're going to go right here in the next one. And we're going to do 5 single crochets, each in their own stitch. Okay, and then an increase in the next one. So that's 2 single crochet. Okay, we just did that 1 time. You're going to do it 2 more times. Okay, so you should have ended about halfway around the second one. And what we're going to do next is attach the third one here. So we're going to attach that in a similar way as the first 2. So you're going to chain 1. And then you're going to grab your third dirt bowl that you made. And just like before, you're going to insert your hook into a stitch on this one, and any stitch is fine, no specific spot. All right, and then like before, and you're going to complete a single crochet stitch. So pull up a loop and single crochet. Okay, so now all 3 are connected. And just like this one over here, we're going to put another stitch marker into the chain 1. So we did a single crochet, that's what this V is, and then the one right before it is the chain 1. Okay, so this was the beginning. We went around like this, connected this one. Okay, we're going to continue around this third one by doing that same repeat of 5 single crochets and 1 increase, but we're going to do it 5 times. So 5 singles, 1 increase, 5 times. So let's do the first repeat. Make sure you're going right into the very next unworked stitch. So that will be right here. You're gonna crochet right over the tail end on each of them. So no matter where that lands, this one it's over here, just keep going right over it so you don't have to sew it in later. Okay, after the 5th repeat of doing 5 single crochets and an increase, you're going to end up here. So you still have stitches on this 3rd hole, because remember we started this way, started here, went there, and now we came wrapped around this way, so we're turning it around. Okay, so the next part of the pattern says to do 5 single crochets on this same 3rd hole. And if you look, there are no more unworked stitches left on this one. Okay, and then the next step, and this is why we marked that 2nd chain 1, we're going to put an increase right into the other side of that chain 1. So I'm just going to leave the stitch marker in there, but you can take it out if you need to. Okay, and we're going to put an increase into that loop, that stitch there. Then we're going to continue back onto the middle hole and make sure you start in the very next unworked stitch. So you can see there's already stitches into that loop. So this right here is the very next stitch that hasn't been used. And you're going to continue by doing that repeat of 5 single crochets, 1 increase. You're going to do that 2 times for this part. Okay, again, we are crocheting over this tail end here just to hide it. And those 2 repeats should bring you about halfway up this middle hole. And then you just have 5 more single crochets left on this round, this circle here. I'm going to go ahead and cut this leftover tail that we don't really need it to be that long, and that's the one we were crocheting over, so no need to keep going that much with it. All right, so we ended right here, and again, if you look, there are no unworked stitches left on this middle circle. Okay, that next one has something in it, so we know we filled in all the stitches on it. And just like we did over here, we're going to add an increase to this chain 1 that we marked here. I'm going to take the stitch marker out because you can see I didn't really go through. I kind of split the yarn there, but I know where it is now, and I'm going to put an increase right in there. Okay, I made sure I put that stitch marker back into that chain 1 so that we're marking the beginning of this round. Then we're going to continue onto the 3rd one, and we're going to do 5 single crochets and an increase 6 times, and that's going to bring us all the way to the end. So starting again with the next unworked stitch on this circle, so that's this one right here, and then start your repeat of 5 singles and an increase 6 times. Okay, your last increase should have ended in the last stitch in the round. And now you're back to where we started when we started joining them. You can double check yourself and make sure you have 130 stitches all the way around, starting from this stitch marker where we began. And make sure you count the chains, which are the ones marked with the stitch markers. And you should have 130 altogether. For round 11, you start right where that stitch marker was. So we're going to remove that. And you start off with a half double crochet. And be sure to replace that stitch marker where this new round began. Okay. And you're going to continue around following the pattern, and you'll see where it mentions to use the other chain one. So you will be crocheting into where that other stitch marker is as well. But besides that, round 11 is pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, you can contact me in the comments or Instagram. Either one is fine. And thanks for purchasing my pattern.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?